Today we're here with the New Brunswick Invasive Species Council and our staff, along with the staff from the Kennebecasis Watershed Restoration Committee, to examine a pond that a citizen and the landowner identified an aquatic invasive plant known as Curly-leaf Pondweed, which has invaded in other areas across North America, but this is one of the first observations here in New Brunswick. So we're here today just checking out how to identify it. We also had one of our experts, Dr. Meghann Bruce from the Canadian Rivers Institute, teaching us the difference between curly-leaf pondweed and the native lookalikes. We've also been here trying to practice using our underwater drone, which will be helping us to identify different plant communities. We are trying to establish protocols and figure out how this pondweed got here in the first place so that we can help prevent it from getting to other places as well. And working with our partners such as Kennebecasis and Dr. Bruce to identify a management plan. But this is a really good example of early detection and rapid response, and why we are really encouraging people to become aware of the different invasive species they should be on the lookout for, get comfortable with identifying them versus the things you'd see that are native. Because without understanding or the information from the landowner, we wouldn't have known this was out here, because it's a fairly remote area. It's up in the headwaters of the Kennebecasis River, so it's not a place that most people would be seeing. So we're really excited. It's kind of one of those like good success stories of somebody was aware enough to call us, we got people to come out, identify it, and now we're taking steps to hopefully prevent it from becoming a larger issue, such as what we've seen with Eurasian water milfoil throughout the province.
How do people prevent this from moving around? Like, how did this get to this pond, and how can we stop that from happening to other water bodies?
Yeah, so like a lot of aquatic invasive plants, curly-leaf pondweed can spread through fragmentation. So that means when a piece of the plant gets chopped up and then transported, whether it's in a shipment of fish, on a boat, maybe somebody introduces it intentionally, new plants can grow from those fragments. So it's very easy to be accidentally transported. We call them aquatic hitchhikers. So what we really encourage people to do is, whenever you're putting anything into a water body or moving boats or equipment from one water body to another, is to clean, drain, dry. That's the best practices. So clean your gear of any visible material, mud, plants, drain all the standing water, because there can be things in the water that are too small for us to see that also pose a risk. So by pulling all the drain plugs, emptying your bilge, your motor, you're getting rid of that risk. And then as kind of that last insurance step is drying out as much as possible, so that if you missed anything, it won't be viable by the time you do put your boat or your equipment back in the water. You can even see here with this curly-leaf pondweed that's been out for the last half an hour, it's already starting to crisp up. But it can survive quite a while, like other aquatic plants, if it's just humid enough out. So that's why we really encourage that last step to dry. So overall, anytime you're moving from one place to another, clean, drain, dry your boat and equipment.